What is up, guys? It's your boy Nathan. We are back with Premier League predictions. Hopefully, everything is okay. Hopefully, I sound all right. If I sound funny, pardon me. I have just undergone some little dentistry book, so I'm in a little bit of pain, but please forgive me. I had to do it today because there was no more days left. So, if this seems a little bit rushed, forgive me. But we are with Premier League predictions. Hey Dhruv, hey Shanks, hey Datta. Hopefully, I've not heard from you in a while, buddy. Hopefully, everything is good with you. How's work? How's teaching the kids? Hopefully, everything's all right. Harsh is here. Hello, hello. Sounds okay. Good. All right, we shall get into the Premier League predictions, but I'll just answer Matthew's question straight away first. There's a lot of craziness going on just before we came live. United finishing between third or fourth. Get ready, Shanks. You might be surprised where I'm going to put them. Um, I honestly, five is also Champions League spots this time, so I'll take it this season. But you'll be surprised. Matthew, what is happening with Kane? So Bayern have agreed a deal with. Hey Ayush, hey. Bayern have agreed a deal with Tottenham Hotspurs, so it's up to Kane now basically to decide. As it seems like Kane is interested in possibly riding out his Tottenham tenure, and I think that's a good thing because he might be going somewhere else that might be very convenient for other fans. Let's just put it that way. I think honestly, I don't really know, Matthew. I don't really know. Everyone's talking about it because it's interesting, right? If he goes to Bayern Munich, he's guaranteed trophies. If he rides out his contract, he's probably going to stay in England, which means that's going to be a lot of damage to Spurs. I mean, you got to blame Daniel Levy, man. He should have taken that Man City offer a while back. You know, when he promised Kane he would leave and he didn't. It could come to bite him, unfortunately. I mean, I know people don't care about Levy and Enoch. So, Lewis and all those other people. I'm very sure that there's a lot of Tottenham fans are fed up of the ownership. I can relate. As a United fan, I can definitely relate to it. Bang bang shots. It's been a while, buddy. Hopefully everything's okay. Hope to see you regularly here now. Now that the season started, hope everything's good. Kylian Mbappe again said no to Real Madrid. He's saying PSG for another season. Bang bang shots. I'm going to tell you what I told Giant the first time when he duped Benzema. Some people are not worth the trouble. Talent is great, but it only can buy you so much leeway in life. Real Madrid's are is in a different spot right now because they need a number nine. In any other season, this wouldn't have affected you all so much. So I understand why Real Madrid fans are frustrated. He's not worth the trouble, dude. For everyone that says Papa Perez is going to keep him in check, let this be a lesson that some people know cannot be helped. Some people cannot get out of their own way, and some people will do whatever they want because that's the kind of power players have nowadays. Gareth Bale didn't want to play for Real Madrid. He just sat on the bench taking the wages. He just kept taking the wages. That is not teaching anyone a lesson because Gareth Bale was more than happy to take the wages. So sometimes what seems like a power play, no, is just a desperation to stay in the club because the money is there. Now imagine if you all had a bumper salary increase to just for Mbappe, like a Messi kind of salary. You saw what damage the salary caps have done to Barcelona. You all have avoided a lot. And I hope people understand that Kylian Mbappe is damaged goods. I hope people understand. As talented he is, no doubt about it. I will never say he's not talented. I'm not one of those people. He's not worth the trouble to the fans. He's a very petulant person. Yes, this is the second time now he has given his word. He's thrown a tantrum. He's done what he's won. He's done whatever he's done. Sorry. It's not worth it. Real Madrid are a legacy club. If Kylian Mbappe wants a legacy, he has to join a legacy club. Whatever the club is. It's not PSG, but I'll tell you that much. It's not PSG. So I hope hope that Real Madrid just leave him alone. I really do. Because if y'all go for him next year, it's like y'all haven't learned a lesson. He is going to be a problem no matter what. No matter what, he is going to be a problem for your club. Papa Perez, Holy Ghost, it does not matter. He is going to create a problem for your club constantly. And it's not worth it. Let's get into, before I get into some prayer, I'll just read some comments, guys. Thank you for joining me, guys. I've had surgery today, a dental surgery, and I'm not feeling so great, but I had to get this predictions out. So it's official on the YouTubes. So pardon me if I'm sounding a little funny. I did take a painkiller, but it's not really doing so well right now. McTominay to West Ham if Paqueta leaves. Paqueta is going to leave, Lavan, because even West Ham fans know that it wasn't going to be a permanent thing. Paqueta is one of those people that will go to a bigger club, unfortunately for West Ham. I can't confirm the Hurricanes actually hesitating and FC Bayern is aware of it, despite the verbal agreement between Bayern, despite the agreement in principle between Bayern. Exactly. It's up to Harry Kane now. Harry Kane wants to break that Shearer's record. He's going to see out his contract, and then I don't want it to be true, but I think he's going to join Manchester United next year. Kane to Bayern is Frankie 2.0. Yeah, in many ways, yes. In many ways, see, I understand when Kane wanted to leave, he wasn't granted that, Dhruv. Then maybe I don't know what Ange said. Maybe Ange did like a Fergie with Ronaldo and said, just stay for one season, let us get our bearings, and then you leave. Maybe it's that kind of scenario. I don't know. Apparently, Ange is sounding very he's not very committal in the press conferences and stuff. So who knows what's happening behind the scenes? All I know is recently Harry Kane scored 4 goals in a friendly. So they are playing with Harry Kane, thinking that he's going to play the season. It seems like he is. Harry Kane can leave, or I say he should. As much as Tottenham fans love him, but he needs some trophies in cabinet. He's the greatest striker in the world. Harsh, I think he's going to come to us next season and we might win stuff. And I think that's what back of the mind he's thinking. As a free agent, the sky is the limit for him. If he gets anywhere between 20-25 goals this season, and I think with Ange he will get that. Madison behind him, Son on the left, he could get 20-25 goals. And believe me when I tell you, it's an open season for Harry Kane. It won't be Man City because they have Haaland. Everyone else is going to go for Harry Kane. A good 3-year contract is waiting for him with serious money. Mbappe is not worth disturbing the club harmony. Shanks, couldn't agree with you more. Good evening. Swaps here. Swap is a Spurs fan. I'm sure he's not very happy about this. I can confirm that these reports are spanning your attention and increase at TRPFC. Could be. Could be. Real Madrid with no number 9 without their main goalkeeper Courtois, ACL injury हो गया season शुरू so होने से पहले खत्म हो गया हमारा. I don't think so bang because I think you guys might go for De Gea, and I think De Gea is similar goalkeeping style to Courtois, even though I know people will diss De Gea. De Gea, apart from 2 games, would have had the best defense would have conceded the least amount of goals in the league. Apart from those 2 games, City and Liverpool, we would have had the second best defense if you take out those 2 games by 1 goal. Actually, we would have be the second best defense. We had the best defense at home, and I think he's a good stopgap. But hopefully Courtois recovers soon as well. You'll have Lunin as well, so let's see. You all will say it's just a Bundesliga, Farmers League, blah, 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 what a trophy is a trophy. No, listen, man, listen. A trophy is a trophy, especially for Harry Kane, because Harry Kane has put in the work and not really got any returns for it. Ange needs Kane, he will improve. Just wait, man. I think that's what's happening, man. I think Ange just told him stay for one season. I think it's like a Fergie Ronaldo thing. Stay for one season, see what's up, and then if you want to go. I think that's what. Guys, feel free to join Nathan's FPL codes. Yes, thank you, Ayush. Yes, my FPL codes there, guys. We're just trying it out. I don't know if anyone's interested or not, but we're just doing it for fun. It's something I wanted to do last year, but obviously I didn't have enough subscribers to do it. So feel free. The codes in the description, as well as the auto links in the description if one of them doesn't work. Hopefully I'll see you guys there, and good luck for FPL, man. Tomorrow we start. Tomorrow starts Burnley City. The protege goes back to the protege versus the boss. Let's see what happens. Burnley flying up Centurions in the championship. I know people make jokes about the championship, but to me personally, championship's one of the top five toughest leagues in the world. I've said that on many channels, and some people laugh at me, but I genuinely do believe that. They've already started playing football, by the way. By the time the one ball is kicked in the Premier League, they've already played two games. So bang bang, this would be a consolidation year, and next year come back with a bang in CL and La Liga. I think if they get De Gea, dude, I think it's all good, man. I think De Gea is a really good stopgap. Listen, dude, I'm going to be in trouble for saying this, but Real Madrid have leaked on average 3 goals in the preseason friendly. And for whoever says De Gea is not as good, Lunin's better, or we don't want De Gea, this, that, and I'm like, y'all are leaking 3 goals every game. So goalkeeper's probably not the issue there. But that is preseason. So let's see what happens. After some years, I can see a manager who can improve this club. Listen, I told you, Matthew. I told Matthew, you and Swap. I'm very excited to see what Ange does this season. I mean it. I genuinely am excited to see what Ange does this season. Records or trophies? Yeah. Listen, man, it depends on what he wants, Matthew. You know what I mean. Levy will not let Kane leave free. I mean, if it's up to Kane, Ayush, if Kane has all the control, then maybe it is up to Kane. I don't know, right? Because the personal terms have to kind of agree as well. So let's see what happens. It's out to Kane now. Trophies or records? Indeed. I mean, next year he could win trophies, Matthew, with whichever team he signs up for. Records are good, but trophies are important. Look at Alan Shearer. Alan Shearer has a Premier League, lots of golden boots. But yes, good point. Harsh, biggest question of the year. Fair enough. Records or trophies. If Kane would have beaten Shearer's record, Shearer will be nobody after a few years. I mean, Shearer won a Premier League with Blackburn Rovers swap. So to be fair, you know. But I see what you're saying. If Harry Kane stays another 3-4 years in the Premier League, I think he's going to maybe hit 300 goals in Premier League. Never know. One with Blackburn, exactly. What is my FPL team? No spoilers, Gaurav. You're going to have to find out. Kane out. Yeah, Kane wasn't in my team anyway, dude. I wasn't sure what he was going to do anyway, so there was no Kane in my team anyway. I made sure I didn't put Kane in my FPL. Matthew, personally, I want to say, but he never confessed clearly about his love for the club. Bro, I think he's showing his love for the club. Swap all these years. Maybe now he wants to do something different, which I totally understand. I'm sure a lot of Spurs fans understand. But I also understand what you're saying. He's not really confirmed he'd stay too, so it is worrisome that way. Kane will stay. DDG, or the best goalkeeper in the world, Keylor Navas, can come to Real Madrid. I've said it here, I've said it before. Keylor Navas, disrespect is unreal. But in Madrid, it's more pressure to De Gea. I mean, what's he got to lose, dude? He's moving in as a free agent. What's he got to lose, Harsh? Think about it. What's he got to lose? I think the defense of Real Madrid has to improve in general, whether they have a good goalkeeper or not. So, what do they have to lose? I love Son because he's always vocal for us about how much he loved us. Yes, yes. And the South Koreans always show up for every home game too, man. It's ridiculous. A lot of South Koreans come to watch the games throughout the year. If we make some mistake, Madrid fans will eat them raw. I mean, listen, man, what option do they have? I don't think they're confident enough to go a whole season with Lunin. So whatever the options are, the options are. And currently, David De Gea is a free option. So everybody likes free stuff, dude. You know what I mean? Swappy loves Tottenham. If it wasn't for his father and brother, continues to push him to get out of his club for the last 7 years. What if you get Bonu? I don't like Sevilla, dude, but I like Bonu. Big up the Moroccan people, dude. Enjoyed the World Cup watch along. Was very excited to watch the World Cup progress. We might get Amrabat. That makes me even more excited. I was very excited by that Moroccan team. Shout out to Jawad Al Yamik from Real Valladolid. Best hair in the game. Love the hairstyle. It's a weird thing I did during the World Cup, but yeah. I'm just saying that if we get 120 million, Daniel Levy might repeat the Bale episode. The thing is, y'all agreed for 100 million euro swap, which is 89 million pounds. That's like 6 million pounds more than he paid for Anthony. Not the best, but not the best. If they have already agreed for a £100 million deal, if he makes mistakes, the Madrid fans will eat him. Yeah, yeah, that would happen. Whichever goalkeeper went there, dude. Mbappe is staying the season. Arnav, you know how my stance on Mbappe, dude. I told you guys to move on. Like, what was it? 18 months ago. It is what it is, man. Haaland is struggling. Last 9, 10 games was in dilemma for Kane and Haaland. I guess it's Haaland. No, man. For me, it was always Haaland. Even though he's damn expensive in FPL, he's 14. The other options are like Watkins at 8 and stuff. Like if you're going to pack up the midfield, then probably those are a good option. But for me, Haaland has to be there. What's up, Nikhil? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, what about Hoyland injury? Okay, let's get into it. Wow, I might not get to this predictions at this stage, but let's do it. Mama Darshvili. What is that? Some Georgian goalkeeper. Interesting name. Bonu's considered also, by the way. Yes, I'm aware of that. Hoyland injury is not as bad as we thought it was, Nikhil. He is training, but he just wants to be very cautious. He doesn't want to have any kind of stress fracture. The thing Van Persie had, the thing Rashford had. He is training on his own. He's not in any pain of anything. I think 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks tops. I think he'll be out as a precaution. Could be back sooner because there is no injury per se. It is a how should I put this? It's a precautionary measure they are taking for whatever the issue is that he has told the medical staff. So as usual, the press wasn't accurate initially. Don't be surprised about that. Though they do that all the time. They want out simple, but Kane don't. Okay. His wife too. I think she wants to be in London as well. Fair enough. Why Madrid aren't buying a ball playing goalkeeper? Because that's not their style, Hush. That's not their style. Carlo Ancelotti doesn't play ball playing goalkeepers. That's why Courtois is very similar to David De Gea. People will roast me for it, but it's true. The style, I mean, you can say which one is better. That is your opinion. I'm not going to argue with that. But they don't want to play that style. And the thing is, the center backs tend to float very high up as well, Harsh. So it's a bit of a dangerous thing playing a ball playing goalkeeper because they'll be opened up a lot, which I hope is not going to be the case come once the season starts. You will see a different Tottenham next season. And said, listen, Matthew, I am doing a watch along for the Tottenham Brentford game. I will set up the streams tomorrow. Moving on from tomorrow onwards, I will set up all my streams. I am doing a Tottenham Brentford game. Feel free to join me. I'm very excited to see what Tottenham are going to do. They say cannot play 2 games in a row. Ayush, again, exaggerated. Wait for 2-3 weeks and you'll see him all right. It's very precautionary at the moment. So let's just play it by ear and see what happens. Needless to say, he will not be playing against Wolves. Let's just leave it at that for now. We dominated Barcelona 75 minutes of our B team. So yeah, listen, man. People said Spurs did Spursy because you all ended up capitulating, but there's a lot of positives to see what you all did against Barcelona. And if you'll take that momentum into the Premier League, a lot of teams are going to suffer. Simple as that. Media has always a grudge against the club, but sadly, media runs according to what majority wants to see. Media is not the best, but Arsenal debut incoming. Yeah, that's what people are suggesting. It's going to be an Arsenal debut. That's right, for Rasmus Højlund. Matthew, I believe in Ange Ball, but not in Daniel Levy. Yeah, fair enough. Ball playing goalkeepers are shit in general these days. It's not 2014. Yeah, I think there are a lot less ball playing goalkeepers than people lead on to believe. That is kind of why I'm upset about David De Gea leaving. But it's our thing. So it's my thing personally. So I'm going to just keep my opinion to myself about David De Gea. So yeah, that's all true. And all the English fans hate Tottenham because of our huge early success in Europe. And I mean, I don't hate Tottenham, but I don't like Arsenal. That's the one thing I have in common with you guys. I'll tell you that much. Bro, without being biased, KDB top 5 midfielders all time. Stranger Things, honestly, oh, that's very hard to say. Genuinely, because I've not watched and can't recollect all the Premier League midfielders we've had. Definitely top 10. Stranger Things, welcome to the channel. Do tell us who you support and where you're watching from. Love to see new people here on the stream. I would say top 10 Stranger Things. If you go a specific position like a cam, whatever they call it, number 10, I would say top six, top five, top six for sure. For sure, I would say that, yeah. Overall midfielders, it might be a little more difficult. Just because of the longevity of some of the midfielders, you know. You have to be fair, you have to measure the whole career if you're going to do that. So, yeah. Sadly, these people want us to be a joke for them so that they can hide their club failures. Listen, man. Arsenal's first Champions League season. I think Spurs have been in a couple, three, four, five in the last 8 years. It is what it is. Breaking news: David De Gea set to join Real Madrid. I hope he smashes it, man, and I hope he wins stuff for Real Madrid. I'm so proud of him. I love that guy. I hope he does well at Real Madrid. I'll be watching for sure. 2012-18 Prime Day was better than any other goalkeeper except Neuer. Roast me, I don't care. I would agree with that. I think that's quite fair. I think that's quite a fair statement. Over the lump of that 10 years, 6 years, yeah, I think that's fair. To join on a free transfer, Alex Crook is saying on Talksport he's quite reliable nowadays. Talksport is quite reliable at the moment. Especially Arsenal. Well, I mean, Matthew, they are your London rivals. You know, I wouldn't take shit from West Ham, but the other two, I can see why they like to roast you. You know, but if you're going to talk about Europe, if I'm not mistaken, you all have won the same amount of Champions Leagues Arsenal have, but they talk a lot. You've also been in more Champions League tournaments than Arsenal in the last decade, so they talk a lot. Listen, man, it is what it is. You know, people are going to hate no matter what. Ayush Singh, what's your opinion on Raya to Arsenal? In my opinion, he should have moved to Tottenham as he would be the number one goalkeeper. I don't think Arteta will put number one. Well, listen, man, the great thing about this loan deal, Ayush, is I think Ramsdale is sliding out of the picture eventually, which is kind of sad to see. Also, he had a personal issue, so our prayers are with him. That was some terrible stuff has happened to him. I believe he and his partner have suffered some. I don't want to misquote it, but I think they've had an issue. So, if I'm not mistaken, so that will definitely change your life in a little bit. That's just a tough thing to do. But yeah, I'm a City fan. Love from Kashmir. Love from Kashmir, buddy. We have Danish who comes here, United fan, also from Kashmir. He drops in all the time. Welcome, welcome. Everybody's welcome here. I'm a United fan, but we do Premier League watch alongs. Don't be surprised if Raya becomes permanent, Ayush, is what I would say. Look at KDB's international glory, a big no. Yes, it depends on what you're looking for. That's why I believe Stranger Things said Premier League. Top 10, yes. International, there's hundreds of them that are better, unfortunately. Matej Kovar joining Bayer Leverkusen for 9 million euros. Frosty, not happy about that. I'm just gonna be honest. I thought Kovar was next in line. He's like 5, 6 years younger than Onana. At least a buyback clause would have been nice because Leverkusen's a good team at the moment with lots of momentum under Xabi Alonso. I'm not happy with that. I'll be very honest with you. Tom Heaton is aging. We need a number two. Zan Suzuki said no. He's joined a Belgian team. We are going to have to look for a backup next year, I think, which is no, I don't like that, man. I hope there's a buyback clause. Let me just put it that way. I'm not happy though about that one. It was too expensive for Levy, plus Ange was convinced this is not possible. Fair enough, okay. I think we're doing good outgoings right now. Listen, man, we're getting rid of the people we don't want, Frosty. That's good enough for me, irrespective of price. Your thoughts on Chelsea bid for Lavia? I think they've had enough of the Caicedo being dicked around by Brighton, dude. I think they've kind of had enough, and they are kind of looking for alternatives because the season's basically started. I mean, let's be honest. Whatever they do now, he's not going to be here for this week Liverpool game. I think it's some kind of weird mind games Chelsea and Liverpool are doing with each other, the Lavia Caicedo thing, but Chelsea definitely have the money for that if they add the money for Caicedo's bids. So Liverpool should be really careful because they only got Szoboszlai and McAllister. And I'm going to be honest with you, when you see my Premier League predictions, you're going to find that very interesting. Please start the season. I can't suffer this every day. Fred will mostly go for 15 million. Yes, 15 million, which is like Not even 10 million pounds, and we bought him for 50. So that's annoying. That's very annoying. If you keep achievements aside, look at the quality. I think KDB's in top five. I'll give him top. I'll give him top 10. Stranger Things, because I'm not even talking about achievements necessarily. I am talking about a lot of longevity though. Longevity. There have been some midfielders that have spent their entire careers at one club, and they have won stuff. Um, so yeah, that is a little bit of a factor for me, but I don't think it's any doubt that he's guaranteed top 10. I don't think there should be, at least. What would you choose with Ange joining if you were Kane, trophies or records? So I'm going to answer this question, Matthew, because I honestly told you recently that I think y'all can win a cup, and I'm still going to say it, even if Kane's not there, because cup is a draw based thing. If the big teams knock each other out, Tottenham have a clear path, kind of like how the championship teams had in the FA Cup, where they went right to the quarterfinals, basically playing championship teams. You can go good quarterfinal, semi-final, maybe even a final run like Newcastle in the Carabao Cup, because Southampton knocked out Man City, and then they knocked out Southampton. So anything's possible, man. I think you could get a cup with Kane there under Ange. I just don't know if you can re-sign him, if I'm being very honest, Matthew. Shashwat, say hi, buddy. Been a while. Yeah, my joined Real Madrid, really happy for him. That's exactly what I said, Shashwat. I completely agree with you. I think it could have a buyback clause, but don't know structure the deal. Man, we don't have a buyback. Didn't have a buyback clause on Ghana. I don't think we have one on Led. I don't think we have one on Iqbal. I don't know why are we not buying. Why are we not having buyback clauses, man? It's a risk. I think we should have learned a lesson from Pogba, but uh, management, they don't learn nothing. Apparently, Kane said he doesn't want to leave now. Then Levy accept the offer in this one. Yeah, Levy, whatever. He is an asshole, isn't he? You can see why nobody likes him. Don't know, but this Aussie manager has an outstanding aura within him. Like if someone can convince Madison, can convince anyone. To be fair, dude, where else was Madison going to go? He was relegated. But I see what you're saying, dude. I see what you're saying. He does have that little thing on him. Bro, he won 2 Player of the Years in Salzburg when you run across a mighty Bayern team. I mean, listen, man. I'm not saying he's not good, bro. I'm saying, for me, top 10 for sure. For me, top 10 for sure. That's I have to really think about that list, though. If I'm being honest, thing that kills me about United outgoings on youth players is that they don't add by. Hush just said what I said. I didn't even read his comment. Why can't you add? Yeah, thank you, Hush. You read my mind. I didn't even see that. I think West Ham definitely coming for smart Mike as they're selling Paqueta. Paqueta is going to go for a tasty sum, dude. West Ham is going to get like 200 million this year. Apparently 75 million for Paqueta. You'll get 30, 40. I don't even think he's worth that much, Frosty. I'm hearing people say he's going to go for 30 million. I wouldn't. I didn't even think he was worth that much, honestly. If we let Fred, Donny, Scott go, we definitely need. I don't want Donny to go, dude. I think he's been playing well. I think we're getting rid of too many people at the moment. I'm a little nervous about that. Amrabat and someone else. Who do you think we could go for? Well, my answer was going to be Tyler Adams, but he just joined Chelsea. That's why I kind of don't want Donny to go this season. Also, Ericsson won't have. I don't think his contract is going to be extended next year. So Ericsson's going to go next year. We're going to probably need two new midfielders if we don't get Amrabat. I have a feeling Dan Gore is going to be sitting on the bench because we won't buy another midfielder, unfortunately. Kowar has a back cross and right to first refusal. I was very happy with how he played in the friendlies. Yes, with the good news. Frosty and Drew with the good news. I like that. Are you okay? And you have two options. One, break Alan Shearer's record with Champions League and Bundesliga with Bayern. Keep that Tottenham feeling aside and answer it. I don't think Tottenham are guaranteed to win the Champions League, though, Harsh. I see what you're saying. But I don't think it's necessarily guaranteed, man. Addison could have gone to Arsenal, United City, then why us? I don't think we were interested in swap. Not that I'm aware of, at least. And City, I mean, I don't know. Were they interested? Arsenal, I think, were interested, though. That is correct, if I'm not mistaken. Hello, that's Leo. All right, guys, I've caught up. I think Hannibal's going to have a contract. Says yes, that's another one we need to keep. All right, guys, should we start with the Premier League predictions? I will read your messages as we go through, obviously, but should we just start? Oh, I'm feeling a lot better now, talking a little bit. This side is kind of jacked up, though, to be honest. Amrabat and Todibo, these are just realistic transfers for us. Um, I don't want Todibo, dude. If I'm being honest with you, I'd prefer Pavard just because he can play multiple positions. I know that's or take Edmund Sober. But listen, man, if Ten Hag wants him, I'll back it. That's what I'd want. Uh, Teenager stank. Okay, behave. Death Slayer. It wasn't exactly like that, was it? Harsh got to be the UCL, right? But you will not be remembered in Bayern like you'll be remembered in Tottenham. That's true, man. I mean, look how many people have come out of Bayern Munich. That's fair. Yes, let's start. Didn't you? Matthew was here. Yes, behave, Death Slayer. Behave. Same. I also want Pavard. Yeah, man. I think I'll never forget that World Cup goal, dude. Crazy out of nowhere. He came and played in the World Cup and scored that screamer of a goal. I think we might get Todibo, Pavard, and Amrabat. Maybe not. I don't think we're going to get another midfielder, man. But that I'll tell you what, dude. That João Felix, if we can get him on loan, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. If we can somehow wiggle a João Felix loan deal in, because he doesn't want to play for that crap Simeone, dude. My god. This is going to be a great season. You can go for grab. Oh, ground purchase is not bad. And what you suggest, number 9 problems. We'll get into that, Gaurav. I don't think they can solve it, dude. You'll kind of have to go with Hoselu this season, dude. I genuinely think that's what you got to do. We need Jude, Fede, front three. Jesus, Federico Valverde again on the right wing. Bro, do you think there is no excuse left for Man United for going to win the? Listen, man, we didn't get a lot of our first choices. Stranger Things. That's not me making excuses. That is actual fact. If you have followed the transfer window in particular, we have not gotten a lot of our first choices again. However, we have gotten good replacements and we have gotten rid of some of our liabilities. So I think we should do better. But winning the Premier League is a different thing. It could happen. No spoiler alert. Obviously, we're doing the tier list now, but we didn't get a lot of our first options still, man. That's all I'll say. I'm not making any excuses. I'm not saying we can. I'm not saying we won't. Don't predict for us to win the league. That's the spoiler I'll give you. Where will Felix play? He'll play striker, dude. He'll play striker. We need a backup. Martial with the breadstick hamstrings. It ain't going to last all season, dude. And I think we have enough midfielders, man. We need some more. We need at least one lone forward. People wanted Taremi. We kind of have to sign him permanently, though, so I don't want to do that. I'd rather take Felix on loan with a possibility of buying. To me, that makes more sense because if Felix does well, then we have Felix and Hoyland. Love that. Love that. Only if we cover wages, no loan fees. Fair enough. Fair enough. Tottenham didn't take long though. I thought the game was a loser takes long live. Is Hoyland injury serious? Not as much as it initially said, so Frosty. Barca going for a domestic travel, very possible. Bayern wants to sell Goretzka and make space for Gravenberch. Ooh, interesting. Pavard is 27. Yeah, he's not that old, but we need a player off for a bench. You think Pavard can do it sitting on the bench waiting for time? I think he'll get rotation, dude. Got a lot of cup games. Big signings will not be important. Our team needs to gel up well, follow the play style. Not this season. Next season, we're going to be cooking, though. If you think they're beating our defense, our defense makes it. What is the update on the story that started 3,000 years ago? Man United takeover. Nothing is the story, Vedant. Todibo's younger, plus he will be happy to be on the bench. He will be in Varane's shadow. Yeah, that's true. He is French. Varane's French. And just coming for FA Cup. Cup draws, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. Dubai Todibo for 60 million euros plus. All right, we'll start, guys. I think I answered everyone. Yes, there is no updates on the takeover, Vedant. Surprise, surprise. Rio has tomato sauce as the person talking to him about selling. Don't listen to anybody, buddy. Just don't listen to any of them. They all have a stake in Manchester United. Hello, Lucky. I'm good. We're about to do the tier list for the stick around, Lucky. We're about to pick where everyone's going to finish in the Premier League. Mbappe to Madrid, not happening. That's much like I thought it wouldn't. Randall Colomuani's agents talked to Real Madrid. Ooh, see now that could be interesting. That could be an interesting one. Without further ado, guys, let's get into it. Here we go. Hold on. Is it zoomed enough? Give me a second. Eh, zoomy enough. Nah, hold on a minute, guys. Make sure everybody's in the picture. Yeah, this is a little better. Alrighty, should we start? United sixth, yeah, sure. I think that's what's going to happen to Frosty. This year 3001, Man United haven't announced the owners. Yeah, feels that way. Yes, let's go indeed. Okay, so I have seventh. Yeah, okay. I know y'all are just enjoying this, but guys, don't worry me too much today. Okay, I went and I had surgery. Not exactly feeling great. Have a little pity on me today if you don't mind. Um, Alrighty, relegation spots. To me, honestly, I could waste time like a lot of people, but I think we know who's getting relegated mostly from the season. Before I do that, I just want to just have a look at all the dealings everyone made, guys. So if you don't mind, I'm going to start with the team that is going to be I think is going to be relegated first, which is Luton Town. So we got Ryan Giles, Tai Chong, shout out to Tai Chong, Miles Anderson from Barnsley, Kaminsky, Marvelous Nakamba, who used to play for Aston Villa. And wow, they have a lot of wins, man. Ross Barkley, I saw that today. Ogbene from Rotherham, my God. Isa Kabore, the right back from Man City. Jacob Brown from Stoke City. Interesting. They got a lot of Championship and League One players in. I don't think that's great though. Joe Taylor, Fred O'Neill. Okay, never mind. What else? What else is here? Who else? All right. Yeah, I'm going to go very safely and say Luton Town's going first. I'll put guys. Who do you think is going to get relegated? I'll highlight your answers while I'm searching for mine. So you're Frosty. Everyone agrees with the first one, I guess. So I'm just going to put in that. I feel sad, when I say teams are going to get relegated, simply because I don't know if it makes sense, but if you know Luton's story, where they went 10 years ago from non-league, or they kind of went up, then went all the way down to non-league, and then came all the way back up again. So kind of feel bad, man. But if you just go by their buys, their signature signing is Ross Barkley, who's it's no nice way to put this, but he's been washed for a while. How old is he? He's only 29. My God, what a waste of talent, man. I hope Tai Chong does well, just because you like to see the old boys do well. But apart from that, man, they got a Isa Kabul from Man City on a loan deal. They got some free transfers. They've really spent a lot of money on Ryan Giles from Wolves, and who's a left back, and Tai Chong. That's their expensive signings this season. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Luton Town's getting relegated, man. I don't like saying it. I really don't. But it's not looking good, bruv, as the famous saying goes. Next up, I don't think anyone's going to be really separate. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see. I see important Kylian Mbappe, Wabel, and French. Feel like Burnley could be a surprise. Yes, I don't think they're going to get relegated. Fulham is next. Whoa, Matthew's saying Fulham's going to get relegated. City, Luton, and Fulham. Luton, Palace, and Brent. Oh, Luton, Palace, and Brentford. Wow. I'm going to be way off on these predictions if this is true. Luton Town, Bournemouth, Forest seems very reasonable that that's going to happen. Harsh seems very realistic as well. All right. Luton Town, West Ham, Everton. Mark my words. Wow. Strong words by Vedant there. West Ham, after making all this dough. Okay, so the next one I think is going to be Sheffield United. Last season of Fulham was a fluke. Maybe so, Matthew, but I don't know if they'll get relegated. Relegated seems a little bit steep to me, at least. We will go through their signings, obviously. So Sheffield has bought Vinicius Souza, Austin Trusty, Benny Traore, Anis Slimane, and Yasser Larousi, French Algerian. They have spent a lot of money on this Vinicius Souza fellow. I think Lomel SK, where's that? Okay, Belgium. Okay, got it. And out is Liman Ndiaye. Wow, went to Marseille. Sander Berger, yes, that is true. He did go to Burnley yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Ender Stevens. Wow, they have some of their players that were here when they went up. The first time where I saw them play, Billy Sharp, 37 years old, man, free agent, legend, Billy Sharp. Jack O'Connell, Kyron Gordon. Wow, retired without club, without club. So they have 4 outgoings. Sorry, no, one more and one free transfer. Wow. They have not lost a lot of their players. That might be a good thing for them. Got Vinicius Souza, which is one to watch, guys. One to watch is Vinicius Souza, but I still think it's going to be too little, too late. Too little, too late. Sheffield will get topped. I don't think so. No, not with what's going on in the club right now. Fulham don't have Marco Silva and Mitrovic, so they might get relegated. Possible. Possible. Okay. Third for relegation. This is going to be an interesting one now for me. Who do I think is going to go down as the final member of relegation? It's between two clubs for me personally. I think Wolves are absolutely in shambles at the moment. Lopetegui just walks out 2 days before the league. Ruben Neves has gone to Saudi Arabia. It's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. I'm just going to have a look here. So Wolverhampton Wanderers have Cunha, Traore, Doherty on the free, King. My God, they have made 4 loan deals. Fabio Silva, Gonzalo Guedes. These are last season. Man, they didn't get anyone this season. These are all last season stuff. Who have they got? Have they made no signings? They might have made no signings. Collins has gone to Brentford. Ruben Neves has gone to Al Hilal. Connor Cody's obviously gone to Everton. Leicester. Sorry. Raul Jimenez has gone to Fulham. Oh boy. 32 though. They lost Ryan Giles but they got a lot of money for that one. Ah man, I don't know. I have to be honest. I think let's see what Bournemouth's done. Hold on. Bournemouth, I think I've signed some. If I'm not mistaken, Bournemouth's actually done some good business. Could be thinking of some other team though. Hamid Traore from Sassuolo. Milos Kerkez, my God, they've spent some money. Roman Fav from Lyon. Justin Kluivert. Ooh. Justin Kluivert from Roma. Interesting. I know Radu, the goalkeeper at Inter. Oh, they bought 2 goalkeepers. Interesting. All right. Who have they lost? Jefferson Lerman, Free, Stacey, Ben Pearson, Zamora, Stacey. To be honest, it's going to be Bournemouth or Wolves, guys. Who do you think? Who do you think? All right, Death Slayer swap. And Matthew, calm down, please. No hate. For a second, I thought Carrick is managing Sheffield. Nope, he's managing Middlesbrough. Hush. Don't need to argue, guys. Nobody's fighting here, please. Just calm down, everyone. There are rumors the new prospects just appeared for Harry Kane, a much better offer for a free transfer to him, hence his hesitation to join Bayern. Yeah. You know what that rumor is too, unfortunately. They haven't signed anyone. No, they have not. I don't know, man. Who's bringing Barca and UCL? What? Okay. What Nottingham for? I don't think Nottingham is going to. It's Wolves at the Barcelona airport for. No, bro. I don't think it's Nottingham. I genuinely don't think it's Nottingham Forest. It's going to be Wolves or Bournemouth. God, Wolves have really fallen off, man. You know what? You got to take a chance. There we go. Wolves is in. Wolves is in, guys. What else is next? What else? Okay, lower to mid table. Okay, so who do we think is gonna just squeeze past the safety zone? The relegation zone, I should say. I'm going to go ahead and say. I'm gonna go ahead and say. Hmm, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say Nottingham Forest. I think Nottingham Forest are just going to squeeze by. No, what have Nottingham Forest done this season? Let's see. Nottingham Forest. They bought in Alanga, shout out. Bought in Matt Turner. Oh, geez, they bought in Wood. Interesting. Ola Aina from Torino. That's it. That's what they've got, huh? Got 4 teams. They still might be looking for Dean Henderson. That's interesting. Their top signing is Anthony Alanga, Chris Wood, Turner, who's 29. Wow, I didn't realize he was that old, but okay. I'm going to go with Bournemouth. That kicks Wolves from the Prem. Forest and Everton, just like last season. I think so. Yep. I think that's going to be there. Comment? Sorry. Did you say something, Vedant? You just said comment. Can any fight with weaks? Because you can't fight against strong. Okay, swap. That's Slayer. Everyone calm down. Everybody calm down. Come on now. We're just doing a prediction. Everyone just relax. It's okay. Swap and Matthew a little bit, Come on, Death Slayer. Calm down. Everybody just relax. I would love if Liverpool get relegated. Well, that would be nice, but very unlikely, unfortunate. Very unlikely. Swap your Cardiff fight the week. Death Slayer. Okay, come on now. Enough. Stop. Please stop. All of y'all stop. And put in who you think is going to finish number 16, if you don't mind. Who do you think is going to finish 16th? Everyone, come on, in the chat. Who do you think is going to finish 16th? I'm going to go and agree with my mod. I'm going to put in Bournemouth. Oh, sorry about that. Yes. Oh, wait. Or is it that way? Oh, yeah, it is. It is that way. 16th. Yeah, I don't think Bournemouth's done enough, quite honestly. Don't think Bournemouth's done enough. They might do enough to stay up, but I don't think they've done enough in general. Oh, they brought in. I like the fact that another Clivert's in the Premier League. That's great, but overall, they shall struggle for sure. They will struggle. So Bournemouth seems like a good deal. Bournemouth, Everton. Okay, 16th. That's still saying Everton. Oh wow, everyone's saying 16th Everton. Jeez, am I rating them better than I think? Where's Leicester relegated? Dinner plus Nathan Sir, Steve, perfect combination. Thank you, Lucky, for joining in. Hopefully you're enjoying your dinner as well. And you know what? I like this. I like this answer by everyone. I'm going to give them one step higher. Although I shall remember everyone said that. He finished 16th, fair enough. Not very convinced with Everton, man. I mean, last season, the season before that, there are 2 games left. They won one and then they lost the last one, and they just managed to stay up. Lampard's in the stands. Someone will think he won the World Cup in 2006. It was all a nice show. Then last season they went down to the wire, the absolute wire, to save themselves again. Um, I just think the teams coming up are very weak, and there's a lot of turmoil in the Premier League right now with some of the teams that exist. So I think Everton is going to get saved just because there are teams that are just not made the right moves in preparation for the season. Otherwise, I think they would be probably 17th. But I just think the teams in front of them are all a little bit, just a little bit. Well, in Luton and Sheffield's case, a lot worse. But the other 3 teams, a little bit worse. That's what I would say. Hey, Ashwin. Good evening. Put United at 15th. Yes, West Ham United. Haha. How do you like that? West Ham United at 15th position. Who says no? Here we go. A United has come here. West Ham have been absolutely terrible. And they're buying McTominay and Maguire from us. So, congratulations for staying up. Do you think he won't do it? He didn't finish 10 years, Ashwin. The testimonial he'll get is a thank you and a slap on the ass. Well, I don't even think people would slap him on the ass. They'd probably drive him to London. I'm sure a lot of people would offer to drive him to London. That's nice though. Polite people, you know, they're giving you a boost. Put Manchester at 14th, and I'm not talking about City. Yeah, don't know if I'm going to do that. Crystal Palace or Fulham? Wow, people aren't feeling the Fulham vibes. Huh? Very interesting. A lot of people don't think Fulham are going to do well this season. I don't know, man. I'm a little nervous about that one. Everyone's very happy to throw Fulham down at the bottom end of the table. I don't know about this. So what we got? We got 20th. No, 20. Oh, sorry, wrong order. Then I just realized they're all in the wrong order. So 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th, 14th. And to final off the lower mid table, let's see what everyone's saying. Who do you think is going to finish 13th, guys? Who do you think is going to finish 13th? Gonna have to have a look at what are the transfers here if I can confirm my answer. But you guys drop it in the chat so I can highlight them before I give you mine. What? Okay, went the wrong way. Wow, Crystal Palace have not made any moves this season, huh? Let's see. Calvin Bassey from Ajax. Can't go wrong with an Ajax signing. Jimenez, who's 32. Stansfield and Harris from Fulham under 21. Yeah, I'm not going to count those respectfully. That's ridiculous. Ryan and Mbabu on loans. Not going to count those either. Who's out? Duffy's out. Brighton legend. On a free, actually. Oh, Cabano on a free. Ryan on a free. But went to Millwall. And Gazaniga, the goalkeeper. But wasn't he playing for Spurs? Girona. Okay. Alrighty. Not sure about Cavallero. Okay. So Fulham have bought Bassey, Jimenez, and Stans, and 2 promoted 2 under 21s apparently. Let's jump to top 8. No, I gotta get it right, dude. So then we can go at the end of the season. Go, ooh, I got it right. Get it? ABFC, yeah, no. Burnley, yeah. Oh, this is going to be a very big surprise. Fulham are gonna be empty this season. You know what? I'm going to give this one. I'm going to give this one to the people, because the people have definitely chosen. Oh, hold on. Why is this not happening? Thank you. All right. There we go. Now we're going into the business end, guys. Number 12. I'm going to go with Crystal Palace. They have lost their talisman, Wilfred Zaha. And you know what? It's not looking good, bruv. Let's just put it that way. Wilfred out, Luka Milivojevic, the long-time talismanic captain, gone. Butland gone. Zaha gone. MacArthur retired. And who's coming? Matheus Franca, who's 19. Jefferson Lerma, who came on a free. Yeah, I'm pretty okay with where I kept Crystal Palace. Palace. Okay, where did Palace? Palace. Okay, hold on. Too much disrespect to Villa. Well, not made my decision yet. Settle down. Villa finishing in top 10 this year. Sare Bolo, good evening. Bolo, good evening. Righty. Your thoughts on De Gea signing for Madrid? Very happy for him, man. I'm very happy for him. Eze and Alice will put Palace above Burnley. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I'm very hesitant about that one. But nevertheless, the next one is guessed correctly by you guys, which is actually, you know what? To be fair, Ayush kind of got it right because that was the one I was going to go next. You're a Madrid fan? No, well, that's like I'm a De Gea fan. I love David De Gea, so I'm very happy for him. That's it. It's a personal thing. It's not really a club thing, but yeah. There we go. So what is that? 5, 8, 10th place. Uh, you know what? Um, Burnley. 10th place Burnley. That's where I'm going. Yeah, 10th place Burnley. That's where I'm going. Um, that's interesting. Uh, no, Man United. Yes, I'm a Man United. 11th place Burnley. Wait, what am I doing? 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th, 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th. Thank you. It is 12th. Sorry, it is 11th. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with my maths? Wait, 1 minute. 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th, 14th, 13th, 12th, 11th. Yeah. 10th place, I'm going to go ahead and say Brentford, man. No Tony till January. They're going to struggle. Yeah, I just think Brentford, Hush Singh Brentford, I agree. So going for Bonu for Sevilla. De Gea gets bodied when pressed hard. Well, the style is the same as Courtois, isn't it? Death Slayer. So also, man, they're leaking goals in general. I don't necessarily think Bonu is going to help that way, but who knows, man? Who knows? Oxide in 93rd minute. It's yeah. 11. They play Tony. They lost Tony. Plus they play Park the Bus. You know what? But I trust Thomas Frank, man. I think Thomas Frank's really good. Europa League match due to De Gea's mistake. That's true. That's true. De Gea's mistake. Casemiro also gave the ball away for one of the goals. Left them fully open on one side. But yeah, fair enough. Not without his mistakes, but he also made 105 saves last season. Won the Golden Glove. Depends on how you look at it, I guess. But yes, good point. Here we go. What are we on? We're on ninth. All right. Here's where it gets interesting. Ninth place. Who is going to miss out on Europe? I don't know, man. Spurs without Kane makes me worried. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, now it's all tricky. I agree. Villa's ninth? Sorry. Villa's ninth. Fair enough. I'll take that one because, you know, why not? Oh, wait, that's 10th, right? Yep, ninth. Okay. So who misses out on Europe, guys? Who misses out on Europe at the moment? Man, without Kane, I don't know, man. I'm not going to lie. Without Kane, I don't know. Paqueta goes in definitely outside top 8. Brighton will focus on Europe more than the Prem. That could be their big downfall, can't it? One of the teams that are making Europe is not going to do well. Uh, you know what? Plus, Brighton has no depth. You know what? Fair enough. Let's see. Hold on. Just let's clarify. If they lose Caicedo, they're going to be screwed, aren't they? I mean, we're all saying Brighton's this and that and the other, but let's see. What have they've lost? McAllister, Sanchez. They lost some youngsters. Oh shit! They sold Connolly. Wow, I didn't know that they sold Connolly. Loan fee for Undav. They lost Undav as well. Well, this is not great. Who have they bought? A lot of loan deals. Sarmiento is a loan deal. Leonard's a loan deal. Seema, Rashford, Turns is loan deal. So they got some players on 2-year loan deals from last year. So they don't count. Got some under 21s coming into the squad. Mahmoud Dahoud from Borussia Dortmund on the free, 27 years old. Jimmy Milner, obviously, at the end of last season, we knew that. Arian Mazilu from FCV Farul, which looks like a Romanian flag. Igor, never ever like the one named Brazilian players. Fiorentina spent some decent money on him. Bart Verbruggen, who's going to be, I think he's going to start in goal eventually for Brighton. That was a player we were looking at, the goalkeeper, Bart Verbruggen. He's only 20 years old. Of course, João Pedro, who will be on penalties, by the way, guys, if anyone's interested. He has been taking penalties in preseason. 21 years old from Watford, João Pedro. I'm sure you'll all remember him. Liverpool was interested in him at one point of time as well. But I think it's going to be too much for Brighton. But I think they'll finish respectable, man. 8th place is respectable, in my opinion, considering they have way more games this time. Brighton, according to me, deservedly not able to. Yeah, exactly. And they've lost some good players. Guys, please like, share, I'm going to have my done. Yes, Arnab, feel free. Guys, just before anyone leaves, FPL codes in the description of the video. If the code doesn't work, there's an auto link. Feel free to join if you're interested. Just for fun, obviously. Could be, but the club will kind of pressure De Zerbi to shift his focus on UEFA. As we know, we'll go deep. Yep, I agree. Emery's also had good backing in the market, and they signed Musa Diaby and Pau Torres was an absolute bargain. Yeah, man, listen. The top 10 is going to be tricky, man. This is just my summation of what's going to happen, really. Yeah, just my summation. I basically moving on from this onwards, it's all just a guess, man. Because there are a lot of pros and cons for very different reasons. But shall we get into it now? All right, guys, who's finishing 7th? I'm pretty aware of these teams' transfers, so I don't really need to look at them. So I'm not going to look at what you guys are putting. I'm just going to figure out mine. Everyone decide who's going to finish 7th, and then I'll highlight them obviously up here. 8th for Brighton and Newcastle. Yeah, I got Brighton and 8th. Okay, so you guys tell me who you think is going to finish 7th, and then I'll tell you. This is going to be a tricky one. Very, very tricky one. Controversial. This one's going to be the first controversial one. But I have a feeling that Newcastle are going to finish 7th. If I say something, I'll be big. Well, I put Villa at 9th. 17th, 9 could be a big mix-up, though. Fair enough to whoever thinks Villa is going to finish 7th. I just think that there's a lot going on up top of the league right now, and I have a feeling there'll be a little more control over the top half of the league. At this point of time, anything can change, obviously. I'm excited to see Spurs without Kane. You know what, man? You know what? Ange could be cooking. That's all I'll say. Newcastle, as they are in CL and big team. Yeah, exactly. They don't have. I'm taking that into account as well. It's so funny you said that because that's exactly where I was going with it. So, We move on to the championship end of the thing. In sixth place, I'm going to go with Tottenham. And don't worry. The team that finishes fifth place can easily be interchanged with you, and I'll give you my reasons why. So why am I putting Tottenham at least in European spots, Europa League spots, I should say? It's very simple. Ange Postecoglou is a man on a mission. He has coached unknown teams. He has literally built his career with no handouts. He's not Pep Guardiola's second manager. None of that shit. He earned his career. He went to Celtic, one of 12 managers to win the treble. Whatever, man. Whatever people want to make fun of Scotland, whatever. Celtic and Rangers are part of European history. Whether people want to agree with that or not is not really for me to say. But Celtic is a legacy club. I thought he did a good job there. The only thing that I am disappointed in, I'd probably give him maybe even fifth. I'm just surprised he didn't bring any Celtic players along with him. If I'm being honest, that is the one knock I have with Postecoglou coming. I thought he's going to bring in his players, you know, get some Celtic blood into this team and, change the mindset, get some winners in, from that treble side. Lot of because winning and confidence goes hand in hand in football. And I really think that would have helped them personally. That's just my opinion. That's just how I look at it. Will Newcastle? I think Newcastle will finish in Europa Conference League. Vedant. There are two teams that are very good with two promising managers that don't have any midweek games. So yeah, fifth. I see fifth. First place is very realistic. I agree. I definitely agree with that. If Kane leaves, which is most probably, listen, man, if Kane leaves, maybe seventh, maybe eighth. I don't think lower than that, man. That's my thing. That's what I believe. Um, so fifth place, Liverpool, as they have a thin squad, them Klopp didn't get back up. If it was in my hand, I would have delegated. Fair enough. I'm actually going to agree with you guys. Fifth place, Liverpool, and it's very simple. With Soboslai and McAllister coming in, they have just not done enough. They have just not done enough. And I think, luckily for them, fifth place is Champions League. Forget what they're saying on this tier list. Fifth place is Champions League. But I don't think they'd be happy with the fifth place. They finished fifth already, so it would mean there's no improvement. If you look at it, the only way they can actually go is down, because they lost two players that was probably the captain and vice captain and very integral part of their team. And they're brought into youngsters with a lot to prove. And we have seen with Darwin Núñez, coming in with a lot to prove doesn't necessarily mean success. It might take a couple of seasons. So I'm going with Liverpool, fifth place. My prediction, fifth with a League Cup, maybe. Anything that has a pick, a lottery pick in it, anyone has a chance, man. Hey, Rajat. I think fifth is Spurs have no. Listen, man, I'm saying it very easily. It could turn the other way, very easily. Only then a top four. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. They're struggling right now. They're arguing about a couple of million for Lavia, so I don't know what's going on there. Listen, man, I'm happy he's gone there, Apratim, but you know what? I hope he wins stuff there, man. I hope he wins stuff there. I hope he does well. I'll be watching. That's it. Nunes will be a success this year. I have a gut feeling. Listen, man, like I said, when you get players with a lot to prove, there's no guarantee they're going to win initially. But as the seasons go on, they might improve. That's why I'm going to put Liverpool there. Kind of true happened to Arsenal. Yeah. Listen, man, it happens. In fourth place. Here we go, boys. Are you ready? Speaking of new manager feels, I think Chelsea is going to finish fourth. Controversial. Controversial. What was in dinner? Dude, I can't eat anything, dude. I had I had like a big dental surgery to do, so I'm kind of like my mouth's kind of in. I'm in a lot of pain. But what I did, I'm just having liquids at the moment for the next couple of days. So I just had some soup, really. For Chelsea, yep, for Chelsea. Outside chances of finishing top four, that's what I've been thinking. Nicholas Jackson has started well. Chris Nkunku is going to be out for 4 months. You got Malo Gusto, hopefully a fit Reece James and a good informed Chilwell. Enzo Fernandez, obviously. Raheem Sterling has a lot to prove. I think if he doesn't do well, he is going to go. Um, Pochettino is going to be the reason they finish fourth, I think, this season, giving them an outside chance. Fourth, fifth, and sixth, I would say between Chelsea and Liverpool, fourth and fifth is possible either way. But yeah, Tottenham will finish fifth or sixth, I believe, with Kane in that squad. Listen, man, I put them sixth. I think fifth is very doable, Matthew, because you don't have midweek games. That's why I put them in this bracket. Maybe fifth with a League Cup. Man, Newcastle reached the final last year. Anything's possible. Third place. Everyone, third place. Come on. Who do you think's finishing third? Who do you think is finishing third? And then I'm going to show you who I'm putting. I'm not looking at the screen. Get your answers in right now. I'm just going to have a look here. I'm not looking at what you guys are putting, and then I'll highlight it. I'll put my thing on the screen first, and then I'll highlight what you guys said. Who do you guys think are finishing third? Give you a minute. I'm very happy with my list, actually. I think I've been very fair to a lot of teams. If I'm being very honest, I think I've been very unfair to Brighton and Aston Villa because I'm really, really not sure what's going to happen there. I think Brentford below is quite fair. Although, you know what? Burnley might overtake Brentford simply because they don't have Ivan Toney, and Johan Wieser and Brian Mbomo is going to have to, they're going to have to put in work, man. They're going to have to put in work till January. He might not even be fit in January. Apparently, he's playing like pick-up games of football to stay fit, which I admire, because someone with his money can just hire a stadium and just practice on his own with training partners. Apparently, he's just playing pick-up games of football while he's serving a suspension, which is admirable. Is that I like Ivan Toney. If he didn't have these things on him, I was hoping we'd buy him, but the luck is the luck. All right, I've given everyone enough time. And there we go. I think Arsenal finished third this season. They go down a step. They got Champions League to focus on as well. I know people will say they don't give him a chance, but it doesn't matter, man. When Champions League football is in, you're going to focus on it. It doesn't matter if you have a chance or not, because that's how it is. So I think that's going to be a thing. We're not saying Man City. Wow, everyone. I like how many people are on point with us, dude. Arsenal. Oh, Ayush, United fans saying United. All right, fair enough. Down to Real. Damn what? Listen, man. The bounce back is real, dude. Just gotta believe. Hope he does well. Man United finish their chance. They can easily finish top two and even challenge for title. We will get to that, Vedant. But I liked your answer for a moment there. Harsh is saying Arsenal. Ayush saying United. I want to put United first, but I think without proper defenders, without Varane, Martinez, I think it's a fair enough, man. Fair enough. Who's going to replace Maguire? Rajat, at the moment, it seems to be the Edmund Tapsoba, who's also linked with Spurs. Benjamin Pavard, who's been wanting to leave Bayern since last year. And Jean-Claire Todibo from Nice. Shout out to Jim Ratcliffe. I think Chelsea will finish fourth unless the defense gets in there. Yeah, that's exactly why I put them, dude. Fourth place. I think Arsenal is going to have a tough time balancing this stuff, man. I'm not going to lie. So I'm going to say they're going to drop. I guess everyone knows who I'm going to pick as second, so I'm not going to waste anyone's time. I think Manchester United are the challengers this season. I think they are the team that's going to challenge Man City. I think we haven't got a lot of our first just put this one to no point spoiling it. There's no spoilers left. You can focus on you guys now. So basically, I think United are going to be the challengers this season. It can't be Liverpool. They've not made enough signings. Don't know what to expect with Chelsea. Arsenal, I don't know, man. Havertz, Don't think Rice is worth the money, and Havertz. Think Julian Timber was a good buy. Could have got him last year. But we went with Martinez, which I'm not going to complain about. I think we are the team that's going to challenge them, man. I really have this feeling that, especially with the outgoings we have and the possibility of some couple of more incomings, I think we are the team that's going to challenge them this season. I think we've got to do better than last season. I really think so. What my idea of better would be is a better points tally first of all, which means more wins, obviously, or deep cup runs, maybe a Champions League deep run. Anything, man, anything that takes us a next step to where we need to be. Because come 2024, I think we will have new owners. I think we'll have new owners probably, hopefully by the January window, but we don't know where we're going to be in January. So that's what I think it is. I think unfortunately City might do a four-peat for the first time in Premier League history. Don't like it, but I think that's going to be the case, man. I'll get this out of you now. That is my call for 2023-2024 season. Second City, love the confidence. Hopefully, man. Hopefully. Would love it. I don't know why I feel United have a fair chance of winning they're second on my list, man. I think we're gonna go all the way. I think hopefully we go toe to toe with City till the end of the season. City is weakened this season, man, but we said that last year when they lost Zinchenko and Jesus. This year they lost a couple of players. Bernardo Silva was expecting to leave with Cancelo and Walker, but I don't know if all three of them going to leave. I believe Bernardo Silva is untransferable, I believe was the word used. So there's that. I feel like Julian Alvarez is going to get a lot of game time this season. I feel like Cole Palmer is quite promising. I think Manchester United might just do the four-peat this season, unfortunately. That slip to top, foreshadowing of this year's result. We're going to win the Prem because of Nathan's lucky. And listen, man. Oh, you beat oh yeah, I did do that, didn't I? Oh boy, imagine if someone clips that. I'll be in real trouble. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think we're going to do well this season. I'm very optimistic. I'm normally not very optimistic because just simply because we have Glazers. But I have to say, I'm surprising myself with how optimistic I am. Last year, I was on the TCSB channel and I said we'll finish third. That was before we lost Ronaldo, before we had no number 9 and all that other nonsense that went through with us last year. I don't know. I felt that Erik Ten Hag we're gonna do something this year. So I think my answer reflects last year's answer, which is I think we're going to do better this year as well. And 3-2 sounds good to me. Not good enough. Prefer to win. But what I'm really hoping for is we challenge them this year. Like we start our ascent to where we have not been for quite a while, and hopefully we can stop the four-peat, man. Can you imagine if we are the ones that stop the four-peat? That's brilliant. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. That would be brilliant, and the Manchester Wars will begin, I think, if that happens. But now when Walker signing new deals, yeah, man. Listen, Walker's old as hell, but he's still quick as hell too, man. So it is what it is, unfortunately. They don't have Cancelo, but they didn't have Cancelo last year either. So probably Sergi Gomez or Rico Lewis is going to play more. They technically have all centre backs playing in the front four positions, man. I don't know how they do that. Emerick Laporte apparently could go to Arsenal. There were some murmurs of that. He might be moving to Arsenal. I don't know how true that is. I don't know why Arsenal is buying all of City's players. I don't know if that's the best idea, but it's a thing that might happen. Why am I thinking there'll be a dropout in KDB's gameplay? Listen, man, he's not getting any younger, Harsh. It's very possible. It's very possible. I just hope we push them to the end of the season, man. That's it. For me, second place is where I think we will finish. Anything above that is great, if you know what I mean. Another prediction, Garnacho will get 12 goals plus easy. I think that's very, very doable. I really do. I'm very bummed out that Palestri is going to be going on loan. I'm not happy about that. Especially with Amad Diallo injured. Again, we only have Anthony on the right. I don't like that at all. Palestri can play both sides. So I don't understand some of Ten Hag's decisions, but listen, man, we did well last season. It could work in our favor. Come on, it's time to activate the Ballon d'Or clause of Martial. Stop Man City. Can you imagine if Martial like gets 20, 25 goals, dude? Who will see that coming, right? No one. I hope a title charge and at least a semi-final UCL with Carabao Cup or FA Cup. That's my expectation. I don't know, man. Semi-final UCL is really difficult. We'll be in pot two. We gotta top the group to get a favorable matchup. It might not be favorable. Champions League is difficult to assume we'll go that far, man. As far as the domestic cups are concerned, much more likely. I feel much more. I'm sad the days when we had Rooney, Van Nistelrooy in United, and Nazario, Real Madrid, and Benz. Listen, man, eras come to an end. Eras come to an end. Will I sacrifice the UCL to win the PL? Vedant, I'll be very honest with you. Absolutely not. Because if we win a UCL, no one would expect it. It would be a bigger shock than winning the PL because a lot of people think we are one of the favorites to win PL, not named Man City, right? If you put them on a list of favorites, plural, we are on that list, but we are not on the list to win of favorites to win the Champions League. So I would take the UCL over the PL. But you're asking me if I would sacrifice UCL to win the PL? You're asking me the other way around. Sorry, I answered it the other way. I would because we'd stop the four-peat. But if I had to choose which one or the other, I'd take UCL because believe me, dude, if we win the UCL, bro, the shock to the system the world will get that we are back. The money is going to flow in. The people that want to play for us are going to increase. And now we are talking a beginning of a new dynasty. So a PL or a Champions League would do well. A Champions League will just give our reach. We'll have a much bigger reach. That's the only difference with regards to who wants to play for us. So let's see what happens, man. Nathan, can you do well at CF? I wouldn't. I don't know, man. Listen, forcing people to play in positions they don't normally play in is never ever a good thing. Some players can do a good job like Camavinga, and some players can do an all right job like Valverde. And then some people are just being put in places they don't belong. I wouldn't put Jude Bellingham as a center forward. I would just play Joselu until he gets injured or something, dude, because you saw the goal he scored against us. Joselu can give you a problem if you give him the opportunities as what he is good at. He will he will get you goals. For a relegated Espanyol side, he did well last season. He will get you goals if you play to his strengths, not play to your star strengths. You got to play through his strengths. You can't say he's useless, he's not good enough. Yeah, well, he might not be good enough, but he's also not good enough because you're not playing through his strengths. A beautiful crossy game, beautiful bicycle kick. Andre Onana couldn't even move. You play to his strengths, he will get you goals. But you have to want to do that. You must have players willing to do that. So it's very important. It's kind of like the problem we have. We're going to get a center forward now. Hoyland will come in whenever he does. Are we going to cross the ball in more for Hoyland? It depends. If we play to Hoyland's strengths, Hoyland will get some goals. It's all gelling. Like someone said earlier in the stream, it's all about gelling the players you have to get the best out of them. And that is why I'm upset Pellistri is going on loan because Pellistri will cross the ball, he will take on a player, he will cut inside, he will pass. He's willing to do all these things a complete winger should do. To me, Garnacho and Pellistri are complete wingers. And Sancho and Anthony are what people like to call inverted wingers. You know what? Get a winger that can do both, which we have not done. That's the screw up we made. We got wingers that. Let me put it this way. Are you sure I have to leave? Yeah. Buddy, I'm live tomorrow for the opening game. Feel free to join if you are. Beginning of a new dynasty sounds so poetic, Nathan 2020. Listen, man, clip it. Could happen. Thank you for joining, Ayush, by the way. Good night. Take care, buddy. I'll see you tomorrow if you're free. I'm going to do the watch along for City Burnley. What was I saying? Sorry, totally lost. Yeah, I mean, like, listen, we made the mistake of buying inverted wingers because we want to play a particular style. But according to me, this is just my opinion. Okay, I'm no specialist. There's no heat maps here. There's nothing going on here. Okay, if you get a winger that can cut in and take on a player and cross, that's better for you. It's not about which player can do better, what you expect off of him, wander a left foot. All that is great. But if you can find someone who can do both things, then your team benefits from it. Because if he can clock when center forwards making a run into the box, he can cross it or he can hit a through ball. But if every time your players turn inside because their dominant foot is only the ball comes onto that dominant foot only if they cut inside, it's a problem. It's very one trick pony. That's why, if you think about it, Federico Valverde is not so good at right wing because he doesn't cross the ball much, and people know he's not going to cross. He becomes very predictable, even though he's a fantastic player. And that's the wingers we have. We have wingers that we kind of know, unless you absolutely push them to the end, they are going to cut in and do something. It could be magical, it could be nothing, but we know they're going to 9 times out of 10 cut in. But if you have wingers that you know it's 50-50, are they going to go left? Are they going to go right? Which foot are they going to use? That's what Pelestri and uh, Garnacho give you. They're willing to cross on their weak foot. They're willing to pass on their weak foot. They are confident players. And that is why I'm not happy Pelestri is going. Because who's the substitute for Anthony? What if Anthony picks up an injury? Then we put what? Then we put Sancho on the right? I don't know, man. I don't know. Pelestri loan thing I don't get. The Hannibal loan thing I can understand. We have Mount, we got Finance. I get it, but Pelestri loan is a little weird for me. What's up, Jod Gaming? Good evening. Imagine Greenwood returns CL and PL to Old Trafford. Let's go. Listen, man, it's a sensitive topic, but given our current squad depth in the striker position, it'll definitely probably help us. Let's just put it that way. All right, guys, I went a little over. I said I was going to do an hour. I went a little over. Thank you for joining me. My PL, Jord, if you're interested in FPL, my PL links, auto link, and the code separately is down there in the description. Feel free to join. Thank you guys for joining me today. Hopefully, I sounded clear because my face is all jacked up. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow. I won't waste any of your time. I'm going to see you tomorrow straight for the opening fixture. The PL is back, baby. The City versus Burnley. The protege meets the master. Let's see what happens. Fantastic opening fixture. Fantastic opening fixture to the to start off the Premier League. I just joined LOL. Jord, don't worry, buddy. We are going to be here from tomorrow onwards regularly. The matches have just started. I apologize. I've been live for about 1.5 hours now. Sorry about that, dude. I went a little early. I wasn't feeling so good. But feel free to join me tomorrow for City Burnley, dude. We are back. Lots of watch alongs going to happen. Lots of others, different streams are going to happen as well. So I will see you there. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Thank you for joining as well, Jord. If you're interested in the FPL thing again, you can do that. Vedant saying good night. Good night, Vedant. Take care, guys, and I will see you tomorrow. 24 hours away from the beginning of a new season. Take care and good night, guys. Thank you.